Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's my first live class, so I'm a little bit excited. Let's where calculator is not permitted. The link for the questions you can find below on in the first question in the XY plane below. If the line straight L is translated new line, so let's assume it goes 5 units up, so it's somewhere here, and 7 units right here. So this would be our new line. As we see, it's parallel line, and the slope would be exactly the same. That's why we can find the slope of this line, and we will find the slope of the new line. They already gave us 2 points to find the slope. What is the slope? Slope is delta y divided by delta x. So change in y divided by change in x, or y2 minus y1 divided by x1, 2 minus x1. This would be here. They already gave us 2 points. Let's find the points. It would be 0 and 5, 6, 7. And this one is 1, 1, 2. It would be 2, and if it's 5, then it would be 4. So, and we put this here, and we get the slope. So this is the first point, this is the second point. So it was 4, this one, minus 7, it was 7. x2, it's 2, minus 0. We get minus 3 over 2. Answer is B. Next. The mean number of students per classroom Y, so this is what is Y, at Central High School can be estimated using this equation, where X represents the number of years since 2004, where X is less or equal to 10. Which of the following statements is the best interpretation of the number this in the context of this problem? So here, this is exactly what it was in the previous question. It's a slope. What the slope shows us, it's a when we have one change unit here, what change we have here in y. So here we have our x is years, this is, so 1 year change will affect this much change in the mean number of students per classroom. Since slope is positive, is more than 0, then it will positively affect the change, the mean. So it's not estimated mean number of students, no, it's not constant number, neither this one. Estimated yearly decrease in the mean number of students per classroom, or the estimated yearly increase in the mean number of students. So if slope is positive, this is increase. Let's go. So for if a squared plus 14a equals to 51, a is more than 0, what is the value of a7? Let's just write this equals, this is 51, and the 51 is such a number that can be written as multiple. So it's 1, it's 3, it's 17, and what else? And it's 51. These are the multiples of number. So I noticed that a and a plus 14 looks like 3 and 17. So if it's 3 multiplied by 17, we get 51. And here, this works perfectly, and a is more than 0, so it works. And we need to find a plus 7. 3 plus 7 equals to 10. What is the other method is just we use it as a quadratic equation. minus 51 equals to 0, we write a squared plus, or we can write it as 3a or 17a minus 3a minus 51 equals to 0, and we will get a squared, it's a plus 17 and minus 3a plus 17. Here we get a, oh, it's not square, sorry, a minus 3 and a plus 17, 0, so 1 would be 3 and minus 17, and it says it's more than 0, so it's 3 again. 3 plus 7 is 10. Yep. What they ask us here, we need to find what is y in terms of a. We just cross multiply here and get what we need. 2 multiplied y equals 4 multiplied a minus 1. So I divide both sides by 2, divided by 2. This is equals 2a minus 1, 2a minus 2. So if y equals this and z equals this, what is 2y plus z? So we have z and we need just 2y, so we multiply by 2. So 2y equals 2x 3 power to 3, so 10. We got it, and now we need to add square plus 7x plus 1. So it's just to the power of 3, we have 1, just 2x to the power of 3 plus x squared is 1 plus 4x plus 7x, it's 11x plus 11. Do we have such answer? Yep, this one. Next. If a to the power of minus 1 over 2 equals x, where a and x both are more than 0, which of the, we need to know that a minus 1 over 2 can be written as 1 divided by a to the power of 1 over 2, because minus in the power means it goes down, so it's in denominator, and then we follow. And this one equals 1 divided by a to the power of 1 over 2 means square root of it. I can write it as 1, so x multiplied square root of a equals 1 over x, and we square each side, we get a equals to 1 over x squared. This, let's go. The graph y equals to x minus 4 multiplied x minus 4 is a parabola in the xy plane, in which of the following equivalent equations do the x and y coordinates of the vertex of parabola appear as constant and coefficients. So we know that we can write quadratic equations or the function of parabola in several ways. This is one way of writing it. So here, this one helps us to find the roots or x-intercepts very easy. But the other type is writing it as y equals ax minus h. We will have a vertex, if it will be b, with obviously h and k. So it's something like this. This would be b with h. Write it in this form. How we do it? 2x minus 4 x minus 4 equals, we multiply 2x squared minus 8x, so minus 4x plus 16, and this can be written as 2x squared minus 12x plus 16. So we have to get something out of it that would look like this. We can write that 2 squared x minus 12x equals to 2x squared minus 6x. And we can write it, this part as, put it here, x squared minus 2 multiplied 3x. So we have 3. So if we will add 3 squared and minus 3 squared, nothing change, right? But here we can create a type that would look like this. It would be x minus 3 squared minus 9. This is this. So we now have to multiply it by 2. So we get 2x minus 3 minus 18. And we also have 16. We get 2x minus 3 squared minus 2. What we have here, so 3 and minus 2 would be k, it's h, it's plus minus 2. Actually, we do have the answer here, like C. Another way to solve it is, since you know that this should look like something like this, to be able to find the coordinates of vertex, we just look at the answers given. So it's not this one, maybe it equals to this, actually it does, but it doesn't give us the, it's not in a written, the form that we need. Here we don't, it's not the same either, we have to have square something, and this one is something like this in a different form, so it's not this, and this looks like exactly like this. Without solving all of this, you could have found this. Next. Which of the following is equal to this? Okay, let's multiply. 14 multiplied 7 plus 14 multiplied 12i minus 2i multiplied 7 minus 2i multiplied 12. This gives us, what does it give us? 98. 168i minus 14i and minus 24. This would give us 98. So this 168 minus 14 is plus 100 square i square. So we know that minus 1. So it's plus 24. It gives us 122 plus 154. True. Next. If you have any questions, guys, please write them in the comments. Let's go. In the equation above, what is the value of k? So let's first simplify what is in the numerator. So it will be 5k plus 10 minus 7 divided by 6, and this would be 13 minus 4 plus k divided by 9, or it would be 5k plus, what is this, 3 by 6, and this would be 9 plus k divided by, I need to get rid of them, and the thing I will multiply both sides by least common multiple. For 6 and 9 it would be 18, so I multiply 18 here and 18 here. Here I get 3 and here I get 2, so 3 by 5 is 15k plus 9 equals to 2 by 9, 18 plus 2k, and 13k equals it's 9, and k equals 9 over 13. The answer is B here. Let's look at here. Based on the system of equations above, what is the value of x, y product? Let's first get rid of this 3y, so we might minus 3y, and here minus 3y, we get 4x minus 4y equals to 7. And now we need to use our knowledge. Let's multiply this by 2, all of this, and we will get this way 8x minus 8y will be equal to 14. So these are equal, and if I do sum this function with this one, I will get rid of y, so it gets like plus x plus 8. It gets in here, get rid of them, and 9x, x is 2. And I put x in any place to find it, so let's put it just here. So 2 plus 8y equals to 4, 8y equals to 2y equals 2 over 8, or 1 over 4. Now I need to multiply. So x multiply y equals 2 multiply 1 over 4 is 2, it's 1 over 2. The answer is C. Our next question. So if this one equals to 4, what is the value? What I would usually do, I'll try to get rid of denominators by applying, by multiplying inside their denominators by least common multiple, as we did before. So for 2 and 3 it's 6. I multiply by 6, I will get 3 here, 3x plus 2y equals to 4. This is exactly what we needed. Now, nothing to do more. Oh, I forgot to multiply by 4 by 6. It's 26. Such a mistake. So, which of the following equals to sine of pi divided by 5? So, let's look at the answers first, and we will know that this is not the answer, because how can, like, a be equal minus a. It's only in if a is equals to 0 and sine of p over 5 is not 0. So we know that this is not the answer. Or minus cosine of pi over 5. So what is the pi over 5? Here we draw this out, call this trigonometric cycle. Pi over 5 should be somewhere here, and it has both positive sine, sinus, and positive cosine. So this is positive and this is positive too, so they cannot be equal. And generally, sine of x doesn't equal to cosine of x if it's not at some of these points of 45 degree plus any of this. So we are left with this sine or cosine 3p over 10 or 7p over 10. And if it's 10, I see that here it's 5 and it's 10, so we need to do something with p over 2. Because if we would use p or 2p or maybe 3p over 2 here, we use this one, then we wouldn't change the name, and we wouldn't need to multiply 5 over something. We would write 5 pi minus pi over 5 or plus 5 or whatever, but the denominator would be 5. So 3 pi over 2. And when we use these points to equalize functions, we change the name, so it's cosine of, I know the answer is this, but I have to prove it. I mean, let's check it. So let's write it. Sine p phi can be equal to cosine of p over 2 minus p phi. Let's check, does it work? Cosine p over 10, common denominator 10, so it's 5p minus 2p gives us cosine 3p over 10. Yes, this is the answer. It's quite tricky question. Here, I like this question because we have a system of linear equations, and we have to know that if there is a solution to this or not, and we need to find the value of a where there is no solution. Look, if this is a graph, we have one line. When a function doesn't have two systems of equations doesn't have a solution when these lines are parallel. So what this parallel means? It means their slope is equal to each other. So we just need to find slope of this one and then slope of this one and make them equal. There's another way of solving that I will tell you by the end of the solution. So let's find slope of this one first. So it would be minus 1 over 4y equals to 5 minus 1 over 2x. So I multiply by minus 1 divided by, I multiply by minus 4, so I get equals to minus 20 plus 2x. So what is the slope? It's 2 here, so it's like 2. Let's find slope of this one. Minus 3y equals to 20 minus ax. I divide each side by minus 3y minus 20 divided by 3. So it's minus a divided by 3. And this is this slope. So we need to just write the 2 equals a minus 3. We multiply by 6. A equals now by 3, so 2 by 3 or it's 6. So but see. Or what is the other method? It's like if you have given the function in this way, two linear functions in system of equations, there are three options. Either there is a one solution with several, or there is no solution. What we do, if we need to have no solution, we need just divide it 1 over 2, what is like in the formula side different, a1x plus b1 plus b2y equals to c2. So 3, 1 solution, no solution, or infinite number of solutions. If we need one solution, it should be a divided by a2 should not be equal to b1 divided by b2. That's it. It means there's no solution. There's just one solution, sorry. If no, we need to write a1 divided by a2 equals b1 divided by b2, and this one equals to c1 divided by c2. This is when we have infinite number of solutions. Sorry, I said it wrong in the first time. So if this works, we have infinite number of solutions. And if we want to have no solution, it should be a1 divided by a2 should be b1 divided by b2, but it should not be equal to c1 and c2. From here, if we need no solution, this one no solution, it's just 1 over 2 divided by a should be equal to 1 over 4 pi minus 3 minus, and it's 3 equals a 1 over 4, and we get 3 equals a4, a equals 2a equals 3 by 4, a equals 3, 4, 2, and this we get 2, 6 again. Okay, needs to complete a printing job using both of the printers in her office, with the printers twice as fast as the others. So we need this simple for now, I guess, and together the printers can complete the job in 5 hours. The equation above represents the situation described, which of the following describes what the expression this means in this equation. So before jumping to answer, let's look at this. If one job or two jobs can be completed, page printed, can be completed in 1 hour, which means in 1 hour, it means one page being 1 over 2 hours. Or if one page is printed in 3 hours, one page in 1 hour, we would get 1/3 of the page in 1 hour. And here, as we see, we have 5 hours. This is this. So, and they need 5 hours to complete it. So this is hours. So this is hours, and this is printed jobs. We have something like this here. In 1 hour, printing jobs. So it's 3 here. It's hours and 1 page. So together, this would show us the proportion of job that can be done in 1 hour. So it doesn't show the time It shows the proportion, not the time, but which proportion of slower printer or faster printer that can complete in 1 hour. Yes, this is the proportion of one slower, as you see, because if it has one of x and this one 2, which is one is greater or faster. If the denominators are equal, then the proportion that has greater denominator is this one. This time is faster, so it's proportion of the slower one, because this one will be as fast. Next, interesting question. Geometry. The semicircle above has a radius of r inches, and this is CD, it's parallel, and diameter is AB. If the length of CD is 2/3 of the CD and the diameter. Okay, what is the distance? Distance is before that. Let's see what we already know. This is R equals to D, we know, and we know CD equals to of AB. So CD equals 2/3 of D, or 2/3 of 2r, and this is equals to 4r divided by 3, this length. And now we can draw this line. This would be also a radius, right? And this is what we need to find. H, let's write it here, it would be equal, and we see these parts are equal to, so this part would be half of this, so H, 4r divided by 3, we divide by 2, or r divided 3, 2, and this would get us 2r, 3, so this is 2r by 3, and this is r and this is h. We need to find this, and this is a right triangle. Using Pythagorean theorem we can find it, so we write h squared equals, no, we write r squared equals sum of the squares, h squared plus 2 3r squared, so r squared equals h squared plus 4 divided by 9 r squared, so we subtract from here both sides, 4 over 9 r squared, we get r squared minus 4, and then r squared equals to h squared, and this is 9 r squared minus 4 squared divided by 9, we get 5 r squared equals to h squared. So we do, so h equals square root of 5 r squared divided by 9, here it's 5r by 3. Yep, this one. It's given that sine x equals to a, where x is a leading measure of an angle, and angle of x is between p and p over 2, and let's see what if cw is minus a, which of the following could be the value of w. Okay, that's interesting as well. We see that the name didn't change, so it's probably again not about p over 2 or 3p over 2, it's about p or 2p. And guys, if you add or do something with 2p, this one does not change. So let's get a circle. So this is somewhere here, if you add 2p, it's like you do like this. So it's again the same sign, again the same sign. So you probably add or subtract p. So you can write sine x equals to a, or you can write sine, what would be x p minus x, it would be sine x, I guess. And here we get that the answer is probably between these ones, because it's not 2p as we said. But which one is 10? So delete this one for a moment. It's just minus a, so we know here, can know this, was here. If we use p minus x, it's just add here, come up to here, and it's the same sign as. But if you x minus b, you come here, and this is this one, minus a minus p minus x would be sine x. But if you use sine x minus p, you would get minus c p minus x, and this would be minus c x. This is this. So there's an equation of the circle in the xy plane shown above. What is the diameter of the circle? So we here need to know how to write the proper equation of the circle. So it looks like this: x1 minus, no, x minus x1 squared y minus, need to bring this to this form, this one to this form. How we do that? Write x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 8y and equals 1. Actually, it looks like square of 12 to this form. Look, what is 6? 6 can be written as 2 multiple. Therefore, we added 3 square here. And the same we do here. We have 4, 2 by 4, so we add 4 square here. We add 4 square here. Why? Because we need to write it in the form of this, or that here. So here we get x minus 3 square plus, oh my gosh, this was my plus 8. It's plus, right? It's plus 4 square equals to 140 plus 9 plus 16. We get here is, I guess, 169, and this is a 13 square. So the answer is not 13 because we found continuity diameter, so v equals to 2r, and r is 13, and 2 multiplied 13, 26. Yep. And we got the last question. We just need to find one possible solution to the equation. So we multiply by, or we need to find common denominator. It would be x plus 1, x minus 1. So multiply 24 multiplied x 1 minus 12 multiplied x plus 1 divided x plus 1 x 1 1. This one gives us actually x squared minus 1 squared. This is x minus 1 square minus 1. So this is 1 here. Cross multiply 4x plus what was here plus 1 plus 24 minus 12x minus, oh, this is minus 1, so it's minus 24, and this is what, minus 12 equals x squared minus 1. What we get here is 12x minus 36 equals to x squared minus 1. So x squared minus 12x minus 1 plus 36 equals to 0. X squared minus 4 of x plus 35 equals to 0. So what is 35? We can write it with 5 multiplied by 7, and 5 plus 7 is 12 exactly. So I use this x squared minus 5x minus 7x plus 35 equals to 0. x minus 5 minus 7 x minus 5 equals to 0. X minus 5 multiplied x minus 7 equals to 0. So here x1 is 5, and from here x2 is 7. So they ask us one possible. So any of this is possible, 5 or 7. 5 or 7. So thank you guys. If you have any questions, please comment. I will try to answer them. And we're gonna have the continuation of this math exam. This register below. I provided the link if you are interested, and I will inform you when and how we will have it. And I send you through email. Meanwhile, let's see if there are any comments. If not, we will finish here. So I don't see any comments. Thank you then. Please comment what topics you are interested as well, so I can do next lives or videos.